This is ArtsAlive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guest is James Tate of Northwest Food and Gifts in McMinnville. And he's here to talk about some of the many artists represented in his beautiful store downtown. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I love your place, and we were just talking about the fact you have over 100 artists.
Yeah, it's amazing how long or how much we've grown over the last 7 years. And we started with 19 artists back in 2008.
That's just incredible. I mean, it's a lot to keep track of, but it's also really dynamic to walk in and see, wow, there's just about everything.
We do. We're kind of like that one-stop shop. You know, people can walk in and there's a gift for anybody. And,
that's really true.
We have not only art through artists and crafters, but art through wine and art through food. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. You want to talk about some of the artists that you represent? I know you brought images today.
I did.
So maybe we can just run through what you have, and you can kind of talk us through those.
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. This is peekaboo pillows.
It's really cute.
Julie is an artist out of Newburgh, and she makes these cute, whimsical pillows that create this wonderful feel for children. They grow up with it, and when they are done with a stuffed animal in there, they put their keepsakes or their diaries in. So it's a neat keepsake for children and adults as well.
And the animals pop out. That's it's not really obvious maybe from that picture, but there are actual stuffed animals in there.
Yes, and then you can close them up and hide them when you're done.
I love it. Those are great.
This is a new artist that we got in last year that is called Steel Dreams, and Scott and Dawn creates these wonderful images through metal art, and each one is hand cut, not laser cut, but hand cut, and then heat sensitive. As they put the flame to it, creates the colors, and then they paint the trees, and there's all kinds of different pieces in the store that's wrapped around.
Yeah, those are great.
This is a new gentleman this summer that came in, and he's out of McMinnville. His name's Eric Williams, and he creates these fun wood toys. This is his log truck, one of his popular pieces.
I love those.
And so we have those lined up, and he's done a great job at creating different colors through different woods that he
I mean, and they're amazingly intricate. You know, kids can play with them, but they're also art pieces in and of themselves.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what I like about them.
People have purchased those. There was a trucker that his wife purchased this log truck for him because, you know, he's lived all his life
I think it's
driving
great.
log trucks.
Sure.
This is Tim Hodges. He is a chef at downtown, and he, in his spare time, he works on pens and different pieces. There's both pens and pencils there. He does shavers, and but yes, just creates
like shavers, like razors for your face.
Mach 3 razors that he does the wood handles for.
Oh, neat. Okay.
This is Glenn and Quita. Glenn is a woodworker who has been doing building homes for the last 45 years, and when he retired from that, he has this big huge shop in his back of his house and decided to start making art out of it. And so everything from myrtle wood to black walnut, bowls and plates and toothpick holders, but he's very, very meticulous about his work, and so we're very, very happy to have him and his wife Kawita, and she also is an artist.
It's beautiful.
This is our newest artist in the store, Suncatchers out of Tillamook, and she creates these beautiful crystals, aurora borealis crystals that just showcases the sun and the beauty in the window. So we have over 100 pieces of her work.
You know, it's really fun to see the display too, because you think, gosh, which one's the best?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, they're just so colorful and bright. I love it.
This is a lady out of Kaiser, and Pam Fuller is her name, with Creative Design and Consulting, and she does a lot of different handbags and jewelry, jewelry bags that she makes. But she's very, very good as a seamstress. She does aprons and hot pads. And
is she the one that has all the aprons and hot pads in there?
Yes.
Oh, those are fabulous.
Yes.
And they also with your favorite sports teams too.
Absolutely.
Ducks and Beavers, and yeah, that's great.
This is Robert Matthews, and he creates these beautiful wooden jewelry boxes.
They're really pretty.
And these have been very, very popular. The men that walk in kind of fall in love with them for their wives, and we've seen a few wives buy them for their men too. So
Yeah.
Creates all kinds of different wood, from mahogany and maple.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. This gentleman is Ron Griffin, and he rekindles old kitchen knives that have been either sent to Goodwill or are being sold at garage sales, and he reforges the metal and creates new handles, and then builds the holders that go around them. And amazing work that he puts into each piece, but each one is very, very unique and special to him. And
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
earlier I was talking about Glenn and Kawita. This is Kawita's hand-painted silk scarves, and she has really created a multitude of colors and images on each of these pieces, handmade, hand-painted.
They're very pretty.
Just gorgeous colors, really accents people's apparel. This is Terry Peasley, and he is well known in the wine industry for his paintings, watercolor. And Terry has done an excellent job. Many of his pieces of work has gone to be printed on labels, for wine labels, for bottles of wine. And you know, he's also branched out and has done birds and different scenes in the county as well as at the beach. So he just does a great job at creating the colors and making things come to life.
Yeah, it's watercolors.
This is Mud Pie Pottery out of Salem. He had a store called Made in Salem for about 26 years and decided to just focus on his pottery. And when he came into our store, he was really excited to see, wow, this is like what I had in Salem. And so he's been with us a long time, and him and his wife both work, Dave and Sherry Posdell, create these wonderful pieces of work that are very, very well used, very easy works of art that you know, you've got garlic grinders that you can grind garlic and put oil on, and you know, all kinds of different fun things.
Really functional
Very
pieces,
functional,
yeah.
yes.
Well, there we go. And look, it's James. Yeah, it kind of ended like, oh, there's more, but wait.
Yes.
I think that you have such a nice variety, and it seems like you've done a really good job of balancing the artists that you have in the store, so that you've got all the genres sort of represented well, but not overrepresented. And I think that's really important. But I know that wine is also a really big part of what you do.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we look at art. There's a lot of artistic wines out
Absolutely.
there. Boutique wine's hard to find. Wineries like Calamity Hill, the smallest winery in the state of Oregon. Denison Cellars is another very small winery. We really showcase about 76 different labels that are all small producers that are hard to find, that we want to showcase.
So this goes back to what everybody talks about, you know, in the newspaper and on Facebook and all these different places of shop local, buy local, and support your local artists, I mean, and your local shopkeepers. And the idea that, you know, for every dollar that you spend in your own community, it goes around and around and around like 7 times or something. And I think, you know, that's a way to do that. And people say, well, you know, maybe that not everything that, you know, my family, quote unquote, wants is that you can find downtown. And I guess I would turn it around and say, why not go downtown, go to the local shops, go to the local artists, and see what strikes your fancy. I mean, you don't, just because somebody's got, you know, a electronic thing on their list, that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't love something else.
Absolutely.
And I think it's kind of like reframing how you see gift giving. Is it just simply that you're just shopping from a list, or are you actually shopping from your heart and really looking to see, wow, somebody made this, it's so beautiful. You know, whether it's a garlic press or a knife or something completely whimsical like a little sun catcher. It's the idea that someone made this with their own hands. And I could pretty much walk in and talk to that person. And
Absolutely.
I love that.
You know, and our store is really developed around the fact that artists and crafters, you go in that store, everything is local, everything's handmade. We don't sell corkscrews because they're all made in China.
Exactly right.
So, you know, we really, really focus on the local community. And when you spend that dollar in that store, you know it stays in the community. Over 3/4 of our artists are located in McMinnville.
And James, I know that you personally have been a business owner for a long time, and you're also, part of the chamber and the Downtown Association and all the different kinds of things and the work you do in the community. Your kids go to school here, and I mean, every time I go to an event, there's James, There's James. And I know this summer you were really busy running wine tours all around the county and showing off the beauties of our wine producers in our area to visitors from out of the area. So, I mean, really, you're sort of the epitome of the small business person.
Well, as an ambassador for this area, I really feel that we have shown a lot of. We have people that come into this community wanting to know why we are one of America's best main streets, and it shows. We did over 400 wine tours this summer, and those people really enjoyed having the community around, and many of those people started moving here. There's at least 4 that I know of that decided that they're going to buy a home here and move to McMinnville.
Wow. I know one of your very own employees told me that a number of people that she's spoken to who've come into the store said, we specifically came here because of that article in Parade magazine.
Absolutely.
The best small town article, and hey, you're so close, we thought, well, we better get over there and see what McMinnville. Everyone knows McMinnville, and some people say, oh gosh, I haven't been out there in years. Well, here we are.
Absolutely, and it works out really well. They come in, and we also ship all their goods back to them, so we offer that service to the community and to our tourism that comes in. But our community is really growing in the tourism area, and I think we've embraced that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and your store is kind of an anchor downtown, the place that's, so it's always bright. You can, walk in and like you say, find that last minute gift. There's so many different things, but I think it really does speak to the idea that you've made a significant, obviously, investment and commitment to being here and to doing that here. And like the guy you said that had the store in Salem and then decided he wanted to just focus on his own art. I mean, that gives people like him a place to say, okay, I want to be an artist, but I want somebody else to, it's always that with the artist, who's going to sell it?
Yeah, retail is definitely difficult, but I definitely look at it as we have over 163 vendors in the store total with food and wine, and you have all those people together, and at the end of the day, you've made a difference in the community by showcasing what they all do.
This is really true, and one of the things I wanted to say, because I did notice this the other day, and I have to go back, is the people that make those chocolate-covered cherries. They're in Amity, right?
Yes.
Those are so good. They're really good, but you wouldn't drive out to a farm someplace to find chocolate-covered cherries, but you could find something like that right downtown, which was what makes it so fabulous.
Right, and Eggerman Farms is in our shop now. We Melting Pot Candy, Dundee Fruit Company, which is made right here in McMinnville. Twyla's Toffee, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Twyla, of course. Gosh, she's been around forever.
Absolutely. So we really showcase those local foods, and people appreciate that. They know that they can get the Trappist Taffy fruit cakes and date nut cakes, and the cookies from Portland, the McTavish cookies, and hazelnuts, which we're so famous for.
Well, James, thank you very much for being here today and really kind of enlightening all of us about all the people that you represent and all the small artists and artisans and wineries and food makers, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.